and there's these lag switch and lag pedals.
Hello everyone, Rogues1 here. So today I would like to initiate a discussion regarding the rampant cheating in Division 2. That we are experiencing numerous issues including lag switches, exploits, and glitches such as the Nemesis and numerous other exploits like the sticky bomb glitch as well as the shotgun glitch. And there's a lot more of these glitches that I've been noticing, and there is one that really irritates me, and I know a lot of players have been complaining about this, and when I explain this to a lot of players, they don't believe me. But this glitch renders players invulnerability to damage, and the lag switch will also make it look appear that same exact way. But we also have a problem with team balancing. We get people, players from other countries, and I don't think they really know that when they join an American server, it's like they're really laggy. Like you're shooting the living crap out of them. You know how much damage your build does, and it's just like you're shooting marshmallows. So these are some of the things that need to be addressed. Um, it's just horrible latency. Um, and I'm pretty sure that uh, some of the content creators that are out there, they don't really play PvP. I've seen them in very little PvP, but I see them more in PvE. Now, it's to my understanding that someone within the Division 2 community, uh, and I believe he's to be a very informed and reliable source within the PvP community, that an individual who was responsible for PvP left their position within 2 months. It's also understanding that Julian, he will be working on some other stuff. So now my question is, he's going to go work on some other projects, but we need to know the actual status of Division 2. We were promised new content, but the existing content remains unfixed. I mean, despite contacting Ubisoft support, we have yet to see any changes. You guys said something about a ban wave, which you banned like 150 players, and then we still see the same people that we reported cheating. They're still online cheating. I mean, we can see this stuff. Um, I mean, we're all like, we all want to know what happened to this big ban wave. Although some cheaters were banned, many of the others still remaining, including those that changed the PSN names. What course of action is going to be taken? This is what we want to know. We got questions, and when are you guys going to start answering these questions? Answers, we want to know. Um, we were told that we were going to get survivors on Division 2. We never got that. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. The existing content still doesn't work, and it's relatively easy for someone in the community to initiate a legal action. Now, there have been some words that I've heard from some reliable people in the community. There has been a couple of other small content creators that I know that are thinking about opening up legal action. And I have been informed that a prominent and well-respected content creator may be taking the step. I've watched some videos from Kamikaze Van Doomer 2 months ago, and he made a very valid point. You know, and I would like to address this to all content creators. What if all of us content creators were to exploit the Nemesis glitch? I think this would probably grab a lot of the developers' attention. Something needs to be done about this. We can't continue to sit in the darkness. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some people that are around the Ubisoft headquarters. Why don't we go over and start to protest? Now, this might be a bad idea. This might be a good idea. I don't know until somebody starts banging on some doors that they're not going to want us to bang on. Now, we still don't know what's going on. I'm hearing things that Ubisoft is going down. They're losing this, they're losing that. I don't know. So we want to know what's going on. I mean, if you guys are not going to be able to fix the game, then let us know. Um, you know, I've seen some really good players get cheated on. I mean, some damn good players. And as you noticed in the very beginning of the video, yes, I did become a part of KOZ, and a lot of people out here in the community talk about KOZ. All those guys, they cheat, they do this, they do that. I haven't seen anybody. I've seen videos of other members, other people from the community cheat against them. I seen one guy who basically was shooting this guy. The guy was already dead, and he still ran around my clan member and was still continuing to kill him. I mean, this has got to stop. But here's the thing: it's gonna take everybody. Everybody. If we don't, if we don't fix this cheating, you think it's bad now. It's about to get a hell of a lot worse, because I'm going to tell you, I've already heard people in the community say if nothing gets solved, they're going to start using lag switches, they're going to start using XIM, they're going to start using Cronus. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't care what kind of cheat engine you guys have. They're still bypassing it. I've seen it with my own two eyes, it being bypassed. Okay? And these people are still allowed on here to play. Why is that? We want questions. You guys have the answers. I'm sitting here watching guys that when they first started, I was killing these guys left and right. Now all of a sudden they're putting me down with one bullet or two bullets with 2.1 million armor. That is just insane. That damage glitch with the Tempest and the shield. These guys not taking any damage. Oh, well, no. That's not the problem. You get these cheaters that come into your forums and basically will tell you, no, that's because you didn't have enough damage than they did. You're wearing all blue, and there's a couple of broken builds out there that are 6 blue. I have quite a few of them in my loadouts. And you're telling me that won't take any of these guys down. And they're no adrenaline rush, nothing that gives them bonus armor. You've been almost killed by everybody on their team, on the opposing team, so you know what they're wearing, you know what they're running. And you don't see any tardigrade, you don't see any adrenaline rush, but yet they're getting all these things to proc that we know they don't have. That's been the thing with the Tinker Mask for like the longest time, and that still hasn't been fixed. I accidentally procced something a while back ago because I watch other content creators. I don't discriminate against any other content creator. There was one build that I actually thought was actually pretty cool that Benricchio had made with the I think it was 3 pieces of y'all, and then you had the companion backpack from the unit alloys, and it was something else. But I was watching him taking down the people that we normally fight. Now, a lot of these big content creators, I've never seen them play these guys that we play every single day from Lex. And, I made a video on this once before. I fought KOZ at one point in time. These guys are pretty darn good players, man. I just, I'm glad I'm a part of their clan because I get to learn. That's the whole process. That was the reason why I joined. Because everyone always has an answer to some of the stuff that a lot of people on here do, which, some of the stuff is just basically they have no explanation. I mean, there's times that you just can't do absolutely 0 damage to any of these PvPers. And, it's like you got some of the people like Van Doom. I mean, he even said, he's like, man, I got people that come to me in the comments. I'm talking about one thing, and they're coming and telling me about all these cheaters. And he's like, I constantly told these guys, like, repeatedly, like, report them, report them, report them. And these guys have constantly report these people, and you know what? Nothing happens. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So something needs to be done, Ubisoft. There's also the situation with this big time content creator that's already starting to talk about drawing up papers. I'd be a little concerned about that, because right now in the PvP community's eyes, you guys are doing a horrible job. You guys are doing a horrible job. So something needs to be done. You know, everyone loves your game. Everyone loves your content. Do you realize what kind of content and enterprise that you have in your hands right now? I mean, you got all these people that are complaining. Ubisoft is a big company. I'm pretty sure you guys can fix this. You guys have all the resources there. There's nothing the content creators can actually do but contact Ubisoft and say, hey, look, I got people constantly contacting me about this. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I had video after video after video after video of these people completing. They're doing the same thing. What makes you think, if they're not doing it in PvP, what makes you think they're not doing it in PvE? How do you think they're world marketing and content creating? This is just a bunch of, people that just want clicks. And this is what it boils down to. Now, there are some people that are pretty good. I've seen some pretty strong builds out there that I kind of look at it and I'm just like, there's no freaking way. And then I actually put the build on my damn self. And yeah, it does exactly like this build that I'm running right now. This is the one build with the Never Die build, and I've run this build in Legendary. I've ran it in Excursions. And it's pretty hard to kill me. Do I think it will work in PvP? I don't know. I haven't tried it in PvP. But it is a strong build. I want to make something like this for PvP. But I don't think it'd be good with, people's networks being a little bit different than mine, Even running this kind of build in, what is it? Countdown. I've done it in Countdown, and people are just like, how are you not taking that much damage? And I says, well, look at the build. And they look at the build and they're like, holy cow, dude, you got bonus armor from hell. And that's no lie. I do get bonus armor from hell. I'm sitting about 2.0 armor right now, and you see the damage is just, it's amazing. I mean, this is heroic. You see, this is a cakewalk for me. I mean, these guys can shoot at me all day long, and it's not going to do anything to me. And so that's why when I get to PvP, and I got the same movement, and I'm testing some of these guys with their XIM, and I was happening to be in the dark zone like last week, and I'm sitting there, I'm watching this guy, and as I'm strafing from side to side, which I don't strafe too good, Antrax is really good with strafing. I would love to learn how to strafe like him. And I'm watching this guy from a distance, and I'm watching his gun move from side to side, and I says, oh, another XIM user. Because your gun will not target that far away. Anything past 25 meters, you're not targeting me. But he was able to target me from 25 meters away using XIM. And it's absolutely, he did not, I was like, hey, let's just go PvP, just one-on-one, a little friendly one-on-one. And he went rogue, and I said, well, hold on a second. I want to run all the way down the street. So I run all the way down the street, as far as away, until I could barely see him. He did not miss not one damn shot. It's insane. It is insane. Like, and a lot of players that don't use this stuff, it's an unfair advantage to the players who don't use that stuff. I don't even use assisted aim on this game. Okay? I don't use assisted aim on this. Because when you want to shoot your enemy, you want to target your enemy. Not the skill. Now I know a lot of people probably went through here and seen that on here. And I did that for a very reason. I wanted to see if someone was going to give me shit about it. Which, of course, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of people that's going to give me shit about it. But I don't care. I just ran this mission so this way you guys could watch something in this instead of looking at my ugly face. But this is exactly what the PvP community has to do with. I just think that you guys pay too much attention to PvE instead of paying attention to PvP. If you guys were paying attention to PvP, we would not have 90% of the exploits that we have right now in this game. Because if you took them out of PvE, then they wouldn't be able to be used in PvP. If that makes any sense to you guys. Or, you know, the low IQ people that might be around that probably just don't understand that. Because the glitching started on PvE and then came over to PvP. It's like they separated the expertise and all this other stuff, and people got expertise to work from conflict at one point in time. I mean, the breaking of your shield while having a skill build on, you can hit up to 1 billion in damage. No one knows about that one. And I've been being real quiet about this stuff. But people want to know how people do this insane damage. That's how it's being done. And now, you know, people don't want to pay attention to it. So, I'm just going to say what I gotta say. And then hopefully Ubisoft does something about it. Well, guys, it's been great talking to everyone about why I haven't been doing continuous content anymore. We really can't do much content anymore because there's so many cheaters. And you know what? Maybe in the Dark Zone you might not be able to see it because at least you have some kind of advantage to it with your expertise. But in Conflict, there's nothing. It's just you. And for those who believe that because you have a whole server against you, and there are certain people that you can't beat, and that you have to cheat to win, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know who I'm talking about, Brooklyn. Yes, I did say your name. But, you know, play legit. You know, it wouldn't be fun if I died. That's how you learn from your mistakes. By dying and, you know, finding out what people are wearing or where you went wrong, or if you were at the wrong angle shooting something or shooting somebody. You know, this is a whole learning process, you know. So when you're in conflict and someone starts yelling at you, don't take it to offense. Constructive criticism is good. It helps you become a better person. Not only a better person, but a better player. Think about it. You know, I mean, some of the things I don't understand, and you know, you're sitting there and you tell the person exactly what's going on, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, get away from that guy, get away from that guy, come over here, we all have to beat him at one time. And if that's what you do, you'll notice the difference. You know, we have to work as a team, just like we worked in Conflict as a team, because two voices is not going to do much damage. If you have the whole community as a team and as a group to say, hey, this needs to be fixed, and you are attacking all of them, and they're saying, well, shit, the whole damn community is attacking us. Should we just go run and hide? Because if we go and run and hide, then what's going to happen to Division 3? We're going to lose. So they got to do something. They're going to have to do something. You know? And I think it's just about time for every one of us to buckle down. You know, you think the cheaters are going to go and tell Ubisoft, hey, there's cheaters? No, they're not. Because they're getting the upper hand on it. But once you start complaining to the correct people and start banging on the right doors, and if they don't do anything, then you walk away from the game. I did that to GTA 5. And a lot of us from Division 2 are from GTA 5. I left GTA 5 with a 3.82 KD. Okay? Not modded. I was on the PS3 when all that modding shit was going on. You know, my housemates were modders, so I had to end up becoming a modder because that was the only way you could beat these guys. This is and see, this is the reason why I transferred from PS3 to PS4. So this way I could get away from those people. It was just really toxic. And I felt at one point that, you know, hey, Rockstar wasn't going to do anything. But they became effective. They started picking up on these people's exploits. And, you know, they got the problem fixed. The next thing is it's going to be jailbroken PS5s, and we already got jailbroken PS5s right now, and a lot of people just don't think that, no, they fixed that, there's no news. Trust me, they're out there, and a lot of people, just like they say, Cronus Zen or Cronus Max and Cronus Pro and XIM and, you know, all these other exploits can't be used. Yes, they can. They can be used, and they have been used. There's videos out there. They're all over YouTube. I think it's time Ubisoft, you guys get out there and start investigating, or have a team of investigators start sifting through some videos. I think it's time. Alright, one. Guys, Rogues One out, and we're done with the mission, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
Negative. Hold your fire. We can't chance those cylinders getting destroyed.
Well, that's a bit of luck. Agent, you managed to secure the antivirals and shut down a key Black Tusk stronghold. Not to mention preventing a rocket attack on the base of operations. Incredible work, Agent. True.